What's up, everybody? It's Alex from Heavy New York, and on the phone, we got Vince from the one and only Body Count. Thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it.
You got it. No problem. I'm ready to do it.
Doing great. The new album, Carnivore, is absolutely awesome. Do you consider this just picking up where you left off after Bloodlust, or was this kind of like a new entity in the Body Count catalog?
Oh, you never know what's going to come from us. That's the whole thing. You never know. But the whole thing is in going with this record, it was like we set the bar really high when we did Bloodlust, and it's like that was probably one of our strongest records, and we were nominated for a Grammy. We played on the Grammys, and not too many bands can really say that. Mm-hmm. And I look at the rest of the guys, and I said, "Look, guys, we're headed into the Grammys. The Body Count's never been nominated for a Grammy ever. We're gonna play this. This is huge." So we did, and I said, "Hey, what is it gonna take for us to get back here? What do we need to do?" So I just stayed focused as always, and just tried to keep everybody motivated. And then there was one time when Ice-T was saying, "Hey, we're doing he lives out there where you guys live. We live in LA, and we were doing a show for we were doing an Ozfest show. It was an Ozfest New Year's Eve show. It was Ozzy, Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, Jonathan Davis, and Body Count. So we did a special New Year's Eve show for that. We were doing rehearsals, and when Ice comes out here, that's when I get him to sign like all the stuff, for the labels and everything. So I pulled him in the room, and he was signing the Bloodlust record. And he says, "Hey Vince, this is our biggest record. How are we gonna top this?" And I told him, basically, "I got it. Don't worry, we'll do it." So with me telling him that was a lot of pressure, for one, because I don't like to let anyone down, and it was like, it's like the time is now, to just do it.
Definitely.
Especially when it comes to him, because he says his standards are so high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought that, because I loved Bloodlust, I feel like Body Count has kind of, you guys have always been categorized as like rap, metal, and stuff like that, but I'd imagine that there is some willingness to experiment. Like, I never expected a song, after hearing Talk Shit Get Shot, I never heard a song as mellow as like This Is Why We Ride, and then, bringing in all these elements into Carnivore. There is some experimentation in the songwriting process, right?
No, I would say it's nothing far from what Body Count's ever done. Mm-hmm. Body Count, we got, Mama's Gotta Die. We covered Hey Joe. You have the song Win or Lose, from the earlier records that are mellow. And it's like we just play music on how we feel. Mm-hmm. If we don't feel it, we don't play it.
Yeah. Does the feeling come out of nowhere sometimes, or do you guys have to kind of like put yourself in a certain element in order for the feeling to come?
It's always like that. It's always like that. It's always a certain element or a certain feeling. I mean, for example, Bum Rush, that song was from the last record, from Bloodlust. That was for the earlier writings of Bloodlust.
Wow.
Yeah, and we weren't feeling it at the time. I says, "Hey, what about that song we were doing? We were calling it Bloodigy at the time." He goes, "What about that song? Let's redo that song." So yeah, now it's on a Carnivore record.
Yeah, you ever worried like the song you leave out will be on like a B-side one day and just be the biggest hit you'll ever have?
Well, I mean, the B-side, there was when we were doing the record, there was a B-side that should have been on the record, and that song was called Extreme Discipline. That was done for Bloodlust, but that was on a B-side, and that was released later on a Bloodlust box set, and that should have been on Bloodlust. And when we were doing Carnivore, Ice brings up that song. Hey, what about that song, Extreme Discipline? It's like, dude, it's too late. It's going on. It's already released. We can't re-release it. So.
Yeah. But in addition, you've also collaborated with a lot of people, not just for this record, but like on the last record, you collaborated with Max Cavalera and Randy Bly, and then this time you had Riley from Power Trip, Jamie from Hatebreed, Amy from Evanescence. I know that Will Putney contributed a little bit. Does collaborating with different artists also teach you new things as a musician as well?
Not really. I mean, and just to set the record straight, Will Putney is our sixth member of our band. Will Putney has been part of this band since Manslaughter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he has a lot to do with this band.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, the songs are pretty much written with a lot of Will Putney involvement.
Oh, okay.
And that's just to set the record straight. He's been, ever since Will came a part of this band, he became like our pretty much our seventh member. Right? Oh, well, how many people are in the band? He's like our sixth member.
Mm-hmm.
As far as musicianship, we have 7 people in the band, but as far as musicianship, he's like our sixth member of our band.
Mm-hmm.
So, matter of fact, he was going to perform on Jimmy Fallon with us. I thought I really wanted him to perform on Jimmy Fallon with us, with Amy Lee doing this song when I'm gone. I thought it was only right and fair. I was like, you know what? I want him on that. And if we're doing the Grammys, I want that same lineup again, so people need to see that lineup. I think it'd be really pretty cool to have Will Putney play guitar with us. It's like when you see these bands, and it's like, it's not to hate on them, but man, they sound so much better with all these guitar players.
Yeah.
It sounds great because it's like you can hear all the parts that go into all these records. All them, like, it's like I used to hate on Janik when he joined Iron Maiden, but then I get it. I totally get it. It helped. It works.
Mm-hmm.
Having that third guitarist. Anyways, but yeah, but on all the records, we always invite all these different artists to come and contribute on a Body Count record.
Yeah.
Because everybody's always wants to be involved. I mean, me personally, when we were doing, there's a song called, oh God, what's that song? On Manslaughter, it was called I Will Always Love You. I looked at that and I was like, wow, we can make this into like a We Are the World type kind of a thing. Have all these different artists from the day singing along with Ice. But that never worked out. You got your Judgment Night soundtrack where it's got, Ice with Slayer and, Cypress Hill with Biohazard. You have all that stuff that's already been done already for a long time, but it's always good to capitalize on that. So when people start writing for the band, I always thought that was really cool because it gives them a little take. But basically, when they do collaborate, you got to remember, they don't write the full song.
Yeah.
We kind of take it, listen to it, and go, oh, okay, well, that part sounds cool. Let's take that and let's expand. It just basically helps. It helps us to see a bigger picture than what we haven't seen. But then you get guys that send music that just tries to copy what we've already done, and we're not that at all. Well, I'll stop going around in circles. But on the Bloodlust, you did have all your artists on there, and on Carnivore, we did invite a lot of people as well to write on this record. We did have a bunch of songs going into Carnivore, but once we got to Jersey to Will Putney's place, me and Dorsey and Will, we start riffing out with some of these ideas, that everybody was contributing, and then we were like, wow, nah, we didn't think the stuff was as good as we thought. So we just we scrapped everything and then started from scratch.
Yeah.
And then when we invite other artists on the records, we always wait till the songs are finished.
Oh. Okay.
And then you got the outside A&R, kind of mentioning, hey, it'd be kind of cool to have that person on this song. Hey, it'd be kind of cool to have this person on this song. So you always got that going on in your ears.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But it's a headache more than what it's worth. But sometimes it comes out good, because tracking down all these artists is not always the great thing. For example, Chino was supposed to be on this record, for crying out loud.
From Deftones?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would have loved to have heard that.
And that song, it's a song, I was calling it Code Death, because when it came out, that's what it reminded me. Because I have all these crazy working titles, because that's the only way I can visualize things as far as music. It has to have some kind of working title. You can't just call it that song or this song or song 1 or song 2 or song 3 or whatever. So I come up with all these crazy titles, and then I write the lyrics, and then they transform. Like freaking Carnivore, I used to call it Slaughter.
Oh.
See, another song, Critical Beatdown, I used to call it Gangster Slayer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because it's like, that's what I hear, and that's how I feel when I hear it. I'm like, wow, okay, that's the title. Then I give these titles Ice, and he comes up with the lyrics. And then when we're in the studio, when we're writing these songs, Ice does contribute a lot. A lot of people don't realize it, but he is pretty much a songwriter in his own right too. He'll come in and he'll like, nah, I don't like that part. Change it to this. Oh, add this. Oh, take out that. So he does a lot of arranging, because it's really good. It's really important for him that way, because he's not gonna sing something he doesn't like. Mm-hmm. You can't force feed any song on him at all.
Yeah.
It's got to be in the right. I mean, going back to what you're asking me earlier, going back to, it's got to be the right feeling and the right mood. I mean, hell, he passed on that song. Damn it, Bum Rush, when that song was supposed to be on Bloodlust, and then later he decides, oh, what about that song we had back then? So he had a different feeling about the song. So getting back to that, basically you have to feel the music before you can actually do it. And he has to vibe to it before he can actually write the lyrics to it. Mm-hmm. Now with all the other artists, the music's done, the music's done, all the instruments are done, and we just go, who would be perfect for these songs? Who we want to reach out to? Do we want a person for the song? Do we want a person for the song? And when we went into it, the only track that, when people submitted songs, the only track we really went for was Jamie Joss's song. We had writings from a whole bunch of different people on this record, but like I said, we just scrapped everything and started from scratch. The only thing we kept was Jamie's song. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Thanks for keeping that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a chance maybe we could hear that song with Chino one day, or was that not even like written, or like maybe?
I'm gonna keep bugging him, man. I'm gonna keep bugging him. I'm gonna totally keep on him. We had like so many. We had Michael Mott. We had so many different people. But like I said, just trying to get hold of these people and trying to get them down is one thing. But then at the same time, Chino was working on the Deftones record. Yeah. So he was putting a lot of energy towards that. Yeah. So
when I hear Roadrunner United, or even Josta's latest solo record with all these different artists, I wonder how, like, logistically, that sounds like a nightmare.
It is. It's just basically trying to get people when they're in the It's easy, really. To be honest, if somebody was, I don't know, if somebody called me up, say, Vince, I need a song. Hey, Vince, I want to do this. I'm going to be on it.
Yeah.
No matter what, because basically, you can do it. Everybody always says they're too busy. You can't be that busy.
Nah.
Ain't
That's the easiest cop out ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear people saying that now. They're too busy to do stuff while they're like under quarantine. I'm like, what are you doing in your apartment? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What else are you doing?
Exactly. Yep.
So it's very easy to really do if you really want to get it done.
Yeah.
But I'll stay on them.
Yeah, please do.
Oh yeah.
And another question I have for you, we were talking about this off the record before, but like, you also work well behind the scenes as you are on stage, teching for Prince and Ariana Grande and Chris Cornell. I mean, like, working behind the scenes and, working in the whole tech and the gear aspect of it, that also maybe has to help you. I don't want to say bring in new stuff to Body Count unless you collaborate with Ariana Grande, but it does.
I don't bring in, not musically, no. Mm-hmm. It just pushes me because I want to be doing the same thing with my own band. Mm-hmm. I see how things are done. I see how things are ran, production-wise, instrument-wise, fan-wise. I get to see it all. I get to live music 24/7, mm-hmm. basically, with Body Count and when I'm working. So, music is my day job. A lot of musicians can't say that. They have to have some other kind of work. What I do, as far as for a living, I'm a guitar tech, bass tech, keyboard tech, and I still get to travel all over the world. I still get to go to all these different venues. I still get to go do all these places. So when it's time for Body Count to do it, I already have a relationship with a lot of these venues and everything else, and they treat me like, hey, dude, your band's here? Oh, great. What do you need?
Yeah. It works great. Imagine you guys do a Body Count with Ariana Grande or something like that. That would be awfully convenient.
That would never work.
You never know. You never know.
That would never work. I mean, it's the same thing with Katy Perry. I used to work for Katy Perry, and there's even a picture out there where I have like the full crew and everybody's wearing Body Count gear. It's on our Facebook page or some page, but Instagram. But yeah, you'll see it because it's like a lot of people are fans of this band. Yeah. More fans than others. I mean, well, the whole Katy Perry crew, they were Body Count fans. So, it's like one day, I forgot what it was. It was like they hit me up and they're like, hey, Vince, when we come to LA, we want to do a Body Count load-in. I'm like, what are you talking about, Body Count load-in? He goes, yeah, I want to buy T-shirts for everybody, so get me a bunch of, set me up with a bunch of T-shirts. Everybody's going to wear T-shirts, and when we're cruising in LA, we're playing the Staples, everybody's wearing Body Count shirts. Like, all right. So it's like 100 people with Body Count shirts on everywhere.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Hey, listen, Vane was the hardcore band Vane. I don't know if you heard of them. Great.
Vane, I heard of Vane.
Yep. They opened up for Ghostmane, which is a rapper. So maybe you never know. Maybe eventually there'll be less division. And you led me into my next question because when I was in high school, there was kind of like, I don't want to say like a war, but like there was kind of some stigma between people who liked hip hop and people who liked metal. But like for you guys, like if there was any band that we can mutually agree on, it's Body Count. I'd imagine at a Body Count show you have many different types of fans from everywhere. Right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've played shows with like Scissor Sisters. We played shows with like we were on Pink Pop. I don't know if you know what Pink Pop is.
No.
Over in Europe is, what is it, Belgium? It's one of those countries where they have this festival. It's called Pink Pop, and it's all commercial bands. There's no heavy bands on it. And we've done it. We've played shows with a lot of pop artists. I mean, we did play the 50th anniversary Warped Tour with Katy Perry, NoFX, Pennywise. Anyways, there hasn't been a show that Body Count has not played with any kind of artist. We have played with every artist but a country artist. But Body Count has opened up for all kinds of different genres of music, and it's always been they start hating, and all of a sudden they're like totally love the band.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you could play a pop festival like that, but then also do Mayhem Fest playing the same time as like Cannibal Corpse, like I'd imagine it keeps everything for you and Ice and Ernie and everybody in the band. It has to keep things interesting for you guys as well, right?
Well, I mean, I'm into metal of 100%. I'm into music 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's no. I mean, Body Count started on Lollapalooza. You know, that's when they got their first deal, was on Lollapalooza, playing with all those weird bands. Not weird bands, but for me it was weird at the time because I was like hardcore in the metal and punk rock. So Lollapalooza was like a weird festival for me. I didn't like none of those bands on that. I didn't even go to Lollapalooza. That wasn't my thing. Jane's Addiction, Body Count, 9 Inch Nails. What the hell is that? That wasn't my thing back then.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you know,
I think Trent Reznor on Body Count.
Yes, so they've always been in that vein of bands coming out of. I mean, I don't like those bands. You know, I never had any association with those bands. My favorite band's Discharge. My favorite band's Iron Maiden. My favorite band's Black Sabbath. I listen to Satyricon. I listen to black metal. I don't listen to all that weird music that was coming out at the time. I didn't even like Body Count when I first saw Body Count. I didn't like the record when I first liked the record. Only thing I liked about Body Count was their live performance. Mm-hmm. And that was it. After that, then I became a Body Count fan, but I didn't like the records. Mm-hmm. I never liked the records. But now, today, I can say things differently because now I look at Body Count for a band for its music. Back then, it was just basically an all-black band with Ice-T as the rapper. Mm-hmm. Singing fronting the band. And that was the whole band's thing for a long time. Mm-hmm. That was it. You can't do Body Count without Ice-T.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Yeah.
But now, the band has... I mean, I've been in the band for 20 years now. So, the band has now grown musically and all around. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's different now. It's different now. And as far as, like, the thing where there was like things being divided, I think if you go to these shows now, because now there's festivals besides the Lollapalooza, there's so many festivals. I mean, Lollapalooza started all these festivals, so now you got Warped Tour, you have all these festivals that's out there now that's basically got everybody joined together now. Yeah. So it's not as divided as it used to be.
Yeah. I was just at Louder Than Life, and I saw, Godsmack, Guns N' Roses, and Ice Cube playing like
exactly,
and everybody was equally into it.
Exactly. So. You know, so it's like you got the Fun Festival, and now Ice performed on that, and so did Body Count. But there's like, what's that girl's name?
Poppy?
MMA or MIA?
Oh, yes, MIA, yep.
Yeah, she performed. It was like all these, it's like it's kind of cool because what's going to happen right now, soon as everybody is given the green light, everybody's going to freak out.
Yep.
There's going to be so many freaking shows going to just pop up out of the blue and people are not going to know how to act.
Yeah, high tide raises all ships.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if it's gonna happen this year. I don't know when everybody's gonna be free to leave their homes, but it's just gonna be crazy.
Definitely.
Because everybody's gonna want to catch up.
Yep. We're already waiting for you guys to make up the Webster Hall date. I got to tell you, that was supposed to be my first time seeing Body Count. I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be worth the wait. I'll put it that way. I mean, hopefully it'll be the same lineup with the End and Chromax, because I told Will, it's like every time we do a show, I'm like, I want you guys to play. Maybe it might be fit for an autopsy. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Whatever band Will can get together, I want his band to play the show.
Definitely. He's a musical genius.
Oh, hell yeah. You know.
Yeah. So before we go, I want to thank you so much for your time today. I really enjoyed this discussion. Is there just anything else with the band that you would like to promote in terms of shows that aren't at the risk of getting canceled, or just anything else with Body Count or anything you're involved with?
As far as body count goes, I want everybody just to be safe right now, and we're all gonna get through this. You know, just gotta stay focused and stay positive. You know, I mean, it looks like it's the end of the world, but it's not the end of the world. We all have each other, and you just gotta stay positive and just stay focused. You know, as far as music and everything goes, if you need that for because tell you the truth, I'm not watching freaking news right now. I'm not watching that stuff. I'm right now writing music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right now trying to see what I can do for the next record or whatever. I mean, I play in other bands too, so I'm just right now I'm writing. I'm not glued onto the TV, and I hope everybody else is not. I mean, you can't like stay not, because it's right there and other people are talking about it, but stay positive.
Definitely.
And keep all the positive around you, then we'll all get through this.
Yeah. Yeah, the toughest thing you could do is have hope in this situation, and that's what makes you stronger.
Yeah, just look at it as a nice little vacation, damn it.
There you go. There you go.
Time to relax, sleep in, not go to school.
Yeah, exactly.
And play music. If you're a musician, freaking play music, and stop like telling people you can't record this. Record the stuff now, man.
The time to get Chino for that song is now.
Yeah.
All right. But thank you so much, Vince. Everybody.
You got it, Alex.
Vince from Body Count, Carnivore. It's out now. Be sure to pick that up. We'll see you next time on Heavy New York.